Alright, what's popping, y'all? I know it's been a minute since I did a reading, so we're just gonna hop right into it and see what we get for today, or this week, or this month. Alright, we got Heart Chakra came out first. Okay, we got Bliss. Alright, and we got Divine Intervention. Sheesh. Right, so we got the Heart Chakra. And we got the Crown Chakra twice. Alright, so just right off top, this is a very sentimental message. I'm hearing like a lot of head over heart, heart over head kind of decisions, but also thinking. There's a lot of head over heart thinking and a lot of heart over head thinking. So logic can sometimes turn into anxiety, and emotions can sometimes turn into depression. Because anxiety comes from constantly analyzing things, which is natural when you're being logical, correct? And depression can come when you're trying to sort out your emotions. Yes, yes. So just right off top, I'm hearing positive thoughts, as corny as it sounds, will bring positive outcomes. No matter how mundane, no matter how boring the present is, you must maintain positive thoughts. Not just hope, not just faith, but actually positive thoughts of hope and faith. And then also not trying to analyze natural feelings or natural reactions to things. Trying to naturalize. Trying to analyze your sadness, or probably neutralize your sadness, or trying to what's the word, compartmentalize your anger, and things like that. Those are slippery slopes into anxiety or slippery slopes into depression. So do what you need to do to have your thoughts aligned with your heart and have your heart aligned with your thoughts. You ask yourself the tough questions and you ask yourself real questions, such as, and is what I'm saying about myself or whatever I'm thinking about true? Is this uplifting me? Is this going to put money in my pocket? Like, am I wasting time? And then don't spiral so deep down into that either, to the point where you go into depression, because you're processing your emotions. Yes. So you don't want to process your emotions so much to the point where you get depressed and now you start feeling guilty and shameful for having emotions in the first place. That's it's kind of counterproductive, but it's a slippery slope and it does happen. So just continue to have, I want to say, positive heart, positive outlook, just positive. That's all I keep hearing: positive, optimistic, optimism, uplifting, feel good, smile, laugh, boredom, mundane things, going through the motions, fighting through the pain, standing tall anyway, feeling fear, doing it anyway. Okay, so that's what I kind of feel like is happening. Don't get downtrodden. Downtroddenness, I don't know, on being a good person. I'm just speaking like raw, like I don't even care about my grammar, but don't be downtrodden about being a good person. Continue to radiate warmth and sincerity. So with that being said, we're going to go to the cards. I am open to sharing, accepting, communicating, and connecting with others as I focus on this moment, not the past or the future. So yeah, continue to radiate warmth and sincerity. Don't let your past interactions or traumas keep you in the house. That's what I heard. Some of you guys may be not so optimistic about, not necessarily getting out the house, but interacting with people outside of the house. It's like when you plan like a really good day for yourself and then you forget that other people are going to be involved in the day, even inadvertently. It's like, oh yeah, I just get to drive to the park and just, but you forget that on your way out the door, you might have to pass a neighbor. You got to get through traffic. You got to get to the park. You got to find a parking spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so those little things may be fucking with you a little bit right now. But continue to radiate warmth and sincerity, and don't let your past experiences or your past perspective about the process to your happiness or the steps to your relaxation, like, don't get discouraged before you even leave the door. You're like, oh, I got to put on clothes, I got to do this, I got to do that. Like, you're not depressed, because some people say that's depression when you don't feel like that you want to get up, put on clothes, and like leave and stuff. But like, sometimes it's literally just PTSD. Sometimes it's just trauma. Like, you probably had a bout of road rage that you started desensitized to. You didn't realize how much it impacted you, and now you don't want to drive for real that week. But you're just thinking you're depressed. It's like, no, like, somebody cut you off like really bad 2 weeks ago, and it scared you and you just suppressed it, or you might let it out in that moment, but you don't realize how much of a impact it's had on you moving forward. Or maybe you don't want to dress up, because every time you dress up, people hate on you, want to fight you, you get unwanted attention. So I feel like this season is about continuing to radiate at your authentic level, and doing it without fear, and just kind of allowing the universe to filter out, because everything gets attracted to the light, right? So I say lint. The universe will filter out any lint that's coming towards your light. We're going to leave it at that. A smile, a kind-hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way towards uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. So yeah, this is about stepping back out there and being optimistic about meeting people and mingling with people, not even romantically, like just literally in general, like just getting used to telling people thank you, when they hold the door open for you again, like you kind of coming out of your Grinch mode, and I can relate to that, you're waving people, saying hi, you're opening up to people more, giving hugs, just networking without this looming thought in the back of your head that they're gonna fuck you over, or that you gonna cross a boundary, or that you're gonna mess up, or, or last time I did this with somebody, like, those thoughts or whatever. So continue to radiate warmth and sincerity, and then also forgive yourself for the times you did radiate warmth and sincerity and it was taken advantage of, or it wasn't received in the way that you hoped that it was received. That's not your fault. You know, it's a learning curve. Life has a learning curve. So on to the crown chakra, bliss. God sees all. That's what I'm hearing too. So continue to put out good karma because God will bring it back to you in mysterious ways. He does. I seek and find peace, quietness, and moments of bliss in my life. I am persistent in this quest. I allow myself to feel divine presence radiating within and around me. I allow myself to create abundance and fulfillment and to live a life free of fear. I said that meditation is a part of my life. We're just gonna keep it going. Crown chakra, the other one, divine intervention. I honor a higher power and know that anything is possible. I let a higher power have a more active presence in my life and know that my life is divinely guided. I surrender to this truth. So then, like I said, God sees all. So I'm hearing divine timing, divine alignment. Like you were never in control of your life. Your life was never yours. All the things that's happening to you, unfortunately, because I hate hearing this shit too, but it really is character building, preparing you for the timeline that you were always destined to be on. Like for a large part of your life, you were being prepared to fulfill some sort of destiny. But what's crazy is the destiny may not show up in that lifetime. It's all within divine timing. Like you'll know sometimes the things that happen in our life that we think are miracles are just small shifts into alignment, but they seem so big to us. And then some of the stuff that seems smaller, big shifts into alignment. You know, for this lifetime, the next lifetime, and the next until we finally, you know, I guess proverbially get it right. But God sees all, so you have to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. It sounds corny and it sounds like some little woo shit, but God will meet you where you're at every time. He'll meet you through songs. He'll meet you through your favorite TV shows. He'll meet you in books. And if you do pick up signs that way, you are low-key clairaudient. So I recommend you go down the rabbit hole about being clairaudient, as well as clairsentient, as well as clairvoyant, because that is the way that the universe speaks to you in a lot of different ways. That is how you can see your prayers being answered in real time. And you have to have positive thoughts that this is real, like not even believing in this stuff, not even having hope in these things, but just having positive thoughts about it. You know, like, oh yeah, that did happen, or I did see this today, or I did get this today. Just constantly reflecting, like they always say, attitude of gratitude. So because the more you reflect on your blessings, the more you realize how much magic you actually have in your life, the more you realize how much supernatural shit is going on in the background, just as my brain is communicating with my fingers right now. You know, just as my body told me that I was itching right here and I scratched it. You know, it's a lot of stuff like that going on in our life in real time that we can't see. Almost like the Adjustment Bureau, if you ever heard of that movie. So there's a lot of divine intervention going on for a lot of divine alignment. There could be some possible endings, some possible disappointments, and some things that just make you feel like, what is the point? Why should I continue to be warm and sincere and loving and caring? And, you know, I got to fight for my bliss. I have to work to create happiness for myself every day, but you don't. Just allow yourself to receive those moments when they happen.